Yo guys, today we have got part 2 of my low level money making guide. Now in this guide I'm going to be mentioning two methods that I've mentioned in other previous videos. They weren't mentioned in part 1, but they were mentioned in two separate videos that I made. But I'm re-mentioning them now because I plan on taking those two videos down in the future and they won't be available for you guys to see anymore. So let's get into it, and the first one that I'm going to mention is making cannonballs. Now this is something I used to do myself when I was a low level player, and this greatly helped me get my smithing up because as you can see you make 13 to 15k XP per hour, and you're getting all this XP plus 450k to 500k GP per hour. So to do this method you need 35 smithing, and you also have to have done the dwarf cannon quest. It's a really simple quest and 35 smithing shouldn't take you that long to get, and I really recommend doing the quest and getting the level requirements because this method is really worth doing it. Also a useful item to have whilst doing this method are the Mauritania legs too. You can get these by completing all the medium Mauritania tasks, and what this does is that it allows you to smith cannonballs twice as fast in Port Phasmatis. So basically just get the numbers that you saw on the previous screen and just double them, and then that's the GP and XP that you can expect to get if you have these legs. Obviously you don't need the legs to make a lot of money from this method, but if you already have them or you want to spend the time trying to get them, it is highly recommended to get them and then use them in Port Phasmatis. So to actually make the cannonballs you need this ammo mold, which you will receive during the dwarf cannon quest that I mentioned earlier. Just make sure you have this in your tool belt and you should be ready to go. So if you're not going to be smithing your cannonballs in Port Phasmatis, I highly recommend to use the furnace in Edgeville, and basically all that you have to do is fill your inventory full of steel bars, run to the furnace, craft your cannonballs and run back, and basically just repeat. This is a really AFK method since it takes about 3 minutes to actually make the cannonballs, so I highly recommend watching YouTube videos or just watching a TV series whilst doing this method. So the next one is farming herbs. Now this one will make you 150 to 300k per run, and you can do a run every 75 to 90 minutes. The good thing about this is each run only takes about 5 minutes to do, so effectively you could actually make up to 2 mil an hour doing this method. You won't be getting a lot of XP doing this method. It will be between 1k and 5k depending on the level of herb that you choose. Obviously the higher the level the herb, the more XP that you're going to get, and I recommend you have at least 30 plus farming before you try and do this. This is because the herbs that are 30 plus tend to give the most profit, and in the description I'm going to include a link that will link you to the RS wiki, and this page will basically show you which herbs will make you the most profit. So just use this when you want to determine which herb you want to use. So here are some useful items that you can use to make your farming realms a little bit easier. The first one is going to be the Juju farming potions, and I really recommend this potion because it gives a 1 in 3 chance of picking twice the amount of herbs from a herb patch. The potion currently costs around 40k, but you will easily make your money back on this depending on what herb you pick. Obviously if you pick the herb that makes you the most amount of money, you will definitely make your money back when you buy this. The next one is magic secateurs, and these provide 10% more yield when farming herbs. So once again this item just gives you more of a chance to get more herbs from the seeds that you plant, so it is just highly recommended to use it if you have it. And the next 3 items are just items that allow you to teleport to the farming patches. The first one is the Hour Down Cloak 2, 3 or 4, and this allows you to teleport to the Hour Down farming patch. The next one is the ectophile, and this allows you to teleport to the ectofungus, which is near the farming patch around there. And the next one is the Explorer's Ring 3 or 4, and this allows you to teleport to the Falador farm cabbage patch, which is right next to the farm patch. So there are 5 farm patches. As you can see we're on our way to the Trollheim patch, and you can get here by teleporting to Trollheim and following the route that I'm showing you on screen. If you don't have the magic level to teleport here, you're going to have to walk here from Burthorpe, but if it's too much of a hassle for you, you can just leave this one out. When you get to the patch you want to rake the weeds if there are any there, apply the super compost to the patch, and then put the seed of the herb that you want to grow in there. It's really as simple as that. And then all you have to do is do this for the rest of the farm patches. So the next one I went to was Ardown. You can get here by either using the Ardown cloak I mentioned earlier, or you can use the Ardown teleport lodestone. The next one is the Falador cabbage patch, and you can get here by using the item I mentioned earlier, or you can teleport to the Port Sarim lodestone and running north. The next one is the Canifis farm patch. You can get here by using the ectophile that I mentioned earlier, or you can teleport to the Canifis lodestone, and if you don't have that unlocked, I'd highly recommend unlocking it, and this will make it a lot faster to get here. And finally the last patch is located in Catherby. I usually get here by just teleporting to the Catherby lodestone. So apply your super compost to this patch, put your seed in, and then you are done with the farming run. Then all you have to do is wait about 75 to 90 minutes. Sometimes it can actually take longer than that for your herbs to grow, but usually it is within that time range. Make sure you have your Juju farming potion in your inventory, and basically follow the route that we took before. So once you get to Trollheim or whatever farming patch that you decided to start with, drink your Juju farming potion and then begin picking the herbs. Once you've picked all the herbs, you can note them by using them on the leprechaun that's right next to the farming patch. Then apply your super compost to the patch once again and then replant your seed. So yeah, it's pretty much as simple as that, and it only takes you 5 minutes to do. And within this 5 minutes you can easily make around 200k depending on which herb you decide to use. But usually you would be planting the most profitable one, and this should easily make you around 200k a trip. So my third method is cutting granite, and you can cut 1800 granite per hour, and this should make you around 400 to 500k an hour. All you need is some starting cash so that you can buy granite off the Granite Exchange. What you want to do is you want to buy the 2 kilogram granite off the Granite Exchange, and then using a chisel, which you should have in your tool belt already, you want to cut this down into the 500 gram pieces. Now I found that the best way to do this is to make a preset with 7 2 kilogram pieces in your inventory. If you want to know how to make a preset, open up your bank and at the bottom there should be a preset buttons option, and you can just easily make it from there. So make sure that 7 2 kilogram pieces are in your inventory, assign that to your 1 or 2 button so it's easier to bank, and then basically do what I'm showing you on screen. And my last method for this video is casting egg spawn. Now this will make you 900k to 1.1 mil an hour, and it only requires 10 summoning to do. So in order to do this, you need spirit spider pouches, egg spawn scrolls, and summoning potions. If you're going to be doing this for an hour, you should expect to use around 4 spirit spider pouches, 500 egg spawn scrolls, and 18 to 20 summoning potions. So all of these supplies for an hour will cost around 300k, but what you're going to be picking up are these red spiders eggs. And by the end of the hour you should have around 900 spiders eggs, which will make you around 1.3 mil. So basically you're going to be turning 300k into 1.3 mil in 1 hour. So once again, just follow what I'm doing on screen, make sure you have your spirit spider pouch summoned, set your left click option on your familiar to special move. You can do this by right clicking the summoning icon at the bottom right, and just press the select left click option. Make sure you have your egg spawn scrolls in your inventory as well as a couple of summoning potions. Also you want to make sure that your familiar's special move bar is visible. You can do this by clicking on your summoning level at the bottom. As you can see, mine says 60 out of 60. Now this doesn't mean that my summoning level is 60, this just now displays my familiar's special move bar. When this bar is low it won't be able to use the scrolls, so this is where your summoning potion comes in. Whenever that bar reaches 0, just drink a sip of your summoning potion and then you'll be able to just spam the special move. Now what the special move does is that it will spawn these red spiders eggs that I mentioned before. What you want to do is you want to pick up all the red spiders eggs that it drops. It's advisable to use the area loot because this will make looting just a lot simpler for you. If you don't have this enabled, you can go to your options under the looting options and you can just enable it from there. But yeah, basically do what I'm showing you on screen now. But anyways, that's the end of the video. Good luck making money in RuneScape. Thanks for watching, subscribe if you're new, and peace!